and he said, all he wanted these guys to understand is he left everything on that floor. He said, I have no regrets whatsoever because I left everything I had in my body on that floor. And my last question to you is, you got to give us a KB story, a Kobe Bryant story. You spent 13, 14 years with that young man. And we know you know him better than all of us, or just as well, if not better. Well, no, you know him better than all of us. You spent more time with him than both of us up here. So give us a KB story that maybe a lot of people don't know about.
Man, it's so weird, bro. Like I still, like I know he's physically not here, but then there's days where I have to remind myself that he's not, because like we still feel his presence.
Yes. Yes.
So sometimes when I'm like preparing my mind to like talk about him, I still have to. It hurts to say was.
Right.
It hurts to talk about it as though he's not.
Past tense,
Yeah. But I know it's okay. Like it's okay because he, which is what he was trying to inspire other people to do. Like he left this place physically not having left anything on the table.
Yeah.
It's true.
Like we all, I'm sure there's a day he wishes he could have spent more time with his girls. Like that, maybe he regretted, he could have trained 5 minutes less and got home 5 minutes sooner one day. Okay. But he didn't waste his greatness, on not waking up early or not putting the work in or not stepping outside of his comfort zone and trying new things and becoming a writer or becoming a producer of content. And he didn't waste his greatness. So the basketball thing is whatever. Everybody kind of knows what he meant from a basketball perspective. We were having a conversation about like our families and the girls and that, because the 3 years I didn't play for the Lakers, we actually had to text and talk on the phone more than we did when we played on the same team, because we saw each other every day then. Like I didn't have to text him after practice because we had just spent 7 hours in the same building. We get there at 8 in the morning, we PT, lift, shoot, practice, cold tub, whatever, like, all right, 3 in the afternoon, we out.
Right.
I don't got to text you, bro. We've been together for 7 hours today. But those 3 years we were apart, we would stay in touch and text but it always was, how's the family, how the girls doing, how the kids doing, how you feeling, what's going on. And just like all families, at times there's trials and tribulations and difficulties and challenges. And I asked him a question about the family and what went into some of the decisions and how he was thinking about, raising his girls, being married, continuing to expand his family. And he said, what, Fish, like one of the things that I really had to start doing was I had to ask myself this question: how is the decision that I make today going to impact my girls 20 years from now? And I had, this is 2006, I had never heard, anybody put it that way. Obviously, there's a lot of people that talk about fatherhood and being a husband, but I had not heard it put that way. It was so clear and so laser focused. It wasn't just a throwaway thing. Like you could hear in his communication that he literally thought that and thinks that way about every decision that he was making. And that to me represented like just how his mind worked and how the side of him that people didn't really see all the time. They saw the Black Mamba, the assassin, the killer, but they didn't see the intentionality behind the way he parented, the way he fathered, the way he was a husband, the way he showed up for his girls to coach them in basketball, the way he, you know, supported Gigi and became one of the first players to like really put the WNBA on, kind of like, if Kobe respected like that, then I guess the rest of us should respect it too. That was all with the idea of like, how is this going to impact my girls 20 years from now? And so that's, to me, like the brilliance of, you know, how he approached everything, though. It kind of gives you a glimpse of like how the decision to wake up at 4 in the morning.
Every day.
Right? Like, so that's the story that, to me, kind of puts it all in perspective.
You know, it's one thing you said in that story that is so profound, because his last game, I was luckily enough, you know, to be his coach. And that last game against Utah when he had 60, and we brought it in. And, you know, I said, Coach, the floor is yours, you know. And he said, you know, all he wanted these guys to understand is he left everything on that floor. He said, I have no regrets whatsoever because I left everything I had in my body on that floor. And that goes back to what you were saying. The man just had a will, you know, and he never wanted to ever look back and say, man, if I would have played a little harder, if I'd have did this. So I left everything on that floor. And I'll remember that for the rest of my life, because I'm standing there like, yes, he did.
Nah,
yes,
bro,
he did.
Like we'll never see an athlete. I mean, you could. I don't remember Tom Brady's numbers in the last game he played. I'm not comparing those two.
It wasn't close to 60 points in comparison.
Like,
you know what I'm saying?
He could have just kind of went out and enjoyed the celebration and the applause and it. Nah, he really went out there to
win.
Score 60.
It's right.
It's crazy.
Yeah.